So yesterday we have created one project, and what is the overview of the project that we discussed yesterday. So today we will concentrate on that same project. So now we will see the next level. So that is like how to create some of the components in a layout by using linear layout. Hope you are able to see my full screen, right? Right, you are able to see my full screen, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, just I got here in between lines, so that's the reason I got it out. Okay, right. So here in this project, what we did yesterday is we created here one, we changed from constraint layout to relative layout. Right, so in this relative layout, so first of all, here we will concentrate some of the properties here we have. So about those properties, we will discuss here. So here in a XML, here, so the relative layout, so it created some of the few folders, like one is the Android, other is the app, and the next one is the tools. So these three are the some of the different folders. So some of the different folders. So those different folders. So from the different folders, so we are getting like accessing the some of the properties from different these folders. Right, so how to access those folders? Now we will see here. Yesterday we changed this as the manual, that is 200 by 200, but normally when for the parent, it will always with the match parent and match parent. So with the match parent only, now we will concentrate here. So I'm changing this to match parent. Height as well as the width. So both I'm changing as a match parent. So as for the match parent, now we will concentrate the next properties. Like here, see, within this UI, I want to align some of the components like text view. I'll take the example here. It is the I want to use here now the text view. So the text view related properties I want to enable here. So how to enable the text view properties here now we will see here. First of all, here now I want to create one button. So that is the button here I'm creating. So for that button creation, just I have written here as BU, only BU. Then I'm clicking on enter because the button is already selected. Like you are able to see my some background on the button, right? So just I'm clicking on the enter button. So that once I click on the enter button, it automatically asks two properties. One is the width, other is the height. So from here now, I'm selecting the wrap content and wrap content. So both I'm selecting as a wrap and wrap, right? Then here now for this particular button, so I want to display some text on the button. So to display the text on the button, here I'm giving the text as a 1. Right, so the one text has displayed on the top of the button. Right, for this button, like I want one unique name for this particular button. So for that reason, I'm selecting here that is a BT1 ID. So that property we will call here as the ID. So I have given as the ID as BT1. Then I have closed that button. Right, here ID at the rate plus I means Android colon ID. Within a quotes, it is adding that at the rate plus ID. So why it is adding the at the rate plus ID means here now for this particular place, like for this component, whatever the component here we are using, for the particular component that can be created a stack somewhere. Stack means it allocates some memory on your program. So to allocate that memory, so that based on that memory, this particular component we can access. So that is the reason for each and every component. So whenever like I want to use that component in somewhere in the program, wherever I want to use this button or text view or checkbox or radio button, whatever the component I want to use that in somewhere in the system means, so that definitely you need to add is it as the ID. So that ID I have added here. So along with this ID, like now that particular button is touching left side as well as the right side. So I want to give some space from right side as well as the bottom. Like I am applying one property called margin. See, just I have given as the, like here, see how I'm selecting, even you can concentrate on my selection as well. If you have any question like image, like if you get any confusion, like you can repeat the video and you can see again and again so that you will get some clarity on there. So now here, see, I want to select the margin property, but I'm not selecting here any of the folder like that is Android or app or tool. Directly I'm selecting the property related word, that is the margin. So see, whatever the M related, all the properties as filter. In case of like that, I don't want like that. I want to add full means. If I search with Android A, so there are many things will come. From the many things, like search will be little bit different. So that's the reason here I'm selecting margin. So for this, I'm giving as a 5 dB. See now what happened here? The button has moved little bit right as well as the little bit down, right? So this is the first property, like first button we have created like this, right? Hope this 5 lines, whatever I've written here, it is clear for everyone.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
So
sir.
then I'll copy this 5 lines. So on top of this, we will add some of the other things. So like just I copied these 5 lines, right? So here I pasted again. So I'm changing the here button text to 2 and ID should be unique for every identifier. So every component. So that's the reason I'm giving this as the BT2. See, BT1, it is showing the error because that is a duplicate ID. Now it is clear. So, but here now what happened here? So where is the text one?
Overlapping. Overlapping.
So that text one has overlapped by text two. So then I have to arrange that text to side of the one. So for that reason, I'm giving the property here. So the property called end of. So the property called end of. So that is BT1 at the rate ID BT1 means that button has moved end of the button 1. Right. Now already the margin is there. So for the BT1 we have 5 and BT2 we have 5. So total in between of this, what is the space is there? That is the 10 now. Because for the first button we have 5 and second button we have the 5. Right. Then same here, like I want to create one more button. So that I'm creating here as the 3. So here it is the 3. So BT3, this is the 3, like here now. So again it is overlapped with this. But now this button, I want to align side of the 2. But I don't want to use the end of the property. Like instead of end of the property, I'll use the property called write off. So write off BT2. So I have given the property as write off BT2. So what is the difference between end of as well as the write off? Both are almost the same, right? But here, if you observe in my screen, so the write off property has some background color. Right, what is the background color? We will see here. Now, if I over here mouse, so just a minute. If I over here mouse, it is saying that. So what is error? It is saying that it is giving some warning. So this resource new folder which allows override to this, like it is saying that it is some thing is required for this. Maybe like with this, now it is working. Like yesterday we seen from property, while I'm using that property, what it is saying that it is striking with the line. So whenever I said if it is a striker with the line, so that property has replicated, means on the place of that property, the new property has introduced. Like even here also, it is similar. So it is similar here. The button write off property has replaced by end of. See, write off equal to end of. Like my right side means after me. So like similar it is. Right, when just you can remember here, right means you can replace with end. Like that is write off or right or something, different properties will come that we will discuss coming sessions. But whenever that right will come, so that you should replace with the end of. End, right equal to end. Right. Hope these three buttons are clear, right?
Yes, sir. So one
Yes,
doubt.
sir.
Yes.
If we change this mobile panel from pixel to if we change from the tab session, so it will be the same format or it will be changed. बोले तो button places will be changed.
It will be same, but here the right side space will be created here. So right side it will create more space. So to align that, so the next step will come. That we will see next step.
Okay, okay, sir.
Sir, one more doubt is there.
Yes.
Like you mentioned the right of, then we will shift automatically to the right side in a horizontal way. Right.
Correct. Correct.
And same thing can we do in the linear also, like linear vertical, linear horizontal is there. So there also we can use the same way, right, sir?
Yeah, we can use the same way, but if you have linear horizontal means I can arrange only component in horizontal. Linear vertical means
Yeah,
I can arrange in only vertical. So that
vertical.
yeah, that we will see tomorrow. So that we will get
So,
clarity.
so in place of that one, here we have the flexibility on the both side. So directly we can write.
Yes. So what happened for that? No need to give these properties. Like relations could not be there. Like I have drag and drop the button. What is the layout orientation? Based on the orientation, component can be aligned automatically.
Okay.
That we will see tomorrow. Like now, I want to add one more button, that is 4. This button now I want below of the 2, exactly the here. I want exactly here below of the 4. So now I have given below, same here, I'm using the below at the rate BT2 button to right. See, I have given the below of the 2, but it is seated exactly below of the 1. Then how can I adjust this button now? Means here it requires 2 relations. One is the below, other is the end of. Other is the end of. End of BT1. Right, now that is seated exactly whatever we as per our expectation. Right. Next, one more button that is below of the 4, exactly below of the 4. So now I'm giving the properties that is below of the 4. So, but it came next line. But now I can give here a right of or end of, I can align a component. But I don't want to use now here right of or end of. Then what should I use? So I can write one more property that is start off. Start off. So that is at the rate BT2. Sorry, BT3 at the rate BT3. So before starting the BT3, this button can be aligned here like this. Right. So this is like similar here. So like one more button we will paste, that we will change here as a 6. Here it is a 6. So now here I'll align here some that is say below of 5. So I'll give this is the below of the 5. So below of 5. Again, I don't want to give even startup. Then instead of startup, I'll use here the property has left off. So left of BT3. BT3, left of BT3. So it is also equal to startup. Again, it is having background color. Means here you can remember two things. One is right means end, left means start. So don't use right and left. You can use either end or start. Right. Now I want one more button here. So that I want to be match parent. So that is the button 7. So 7. That is now below of BT6. So here below of the 6. So for this now it won't work left of, right of, those properties could not be applicable. Why? Because it is already occupying the entire width. So whenever the particular component has occupied the entire width, so for that left of, right of could not work out. Right? No need to only either you can give the below of the property. That's it. We cannot attain that. Right. Next, one more component, like I want to be 8. So this 8, I want to align the below of the 7, but I want here exactly it should touch the right side of the screen. So for that here now I'll give so below of the button 7. Right, it is below of the 7. Right, it's seated below of the 7, but it should touch right. So for that right means we use end. So I'm using the property here that is align parent end. Align parent end true. See, as of now, whatever the properties I have given, so those properties are relation between the components. Now, whatever the property I have given here, this is the relation with parent. Because here we have given, so this has two relations. One relation it has with component, other relation it has with the layout. Right. So even here also you can use align parent right. See here, I'll write the next line here. Right. Align parent right. So this also you can use, but it is not a suggestible right. So that you can use only the above property. So both are same, but you are understandable. So you want to know, that's the reason I've written that property. Right. Now here I want one more button. So this is the 9. So this button exactly I want to align the center of the page from top to bottom or left to right. So it should be center. So how can I arrange that button here? So here for that, here I'm writing that central horizontal true. Right, then central vertical true. See, central horizontal, as I told already, horizontal means it is a left to right. Vertical means it is top to bottom. Right. So both I have given as a true and true. Now it is exactly seated on a center. Let us say I have changed the landscape. See, Even I change the landscape. So previously the button has moved down, but 9 is the exactly the center of the page. Because this has the relation between the layout, not with the components. Whenever the relation between the components, so for the relation, like I said, like we all are like 3 to 4 members, like first person. So like let us say I said Rahul, you can sit first, then Robin, then Sagarika. So then I said Rahul, you can move on right. So once Rahul has moved one step right, so you both also need to move right or left, whatever it is, down. Like definitely you should move because you are dependent on that. I already fixed your position where Rahul is there. From the Rahul, you have to sit 5 meters. From the Rahul, right side 5 meters. From the Rahul, left side 5 meters. Or from the next to Rahul, 5 meters. Like I have already fixed it. Here, 5 DP, we already fixed here. That is right off, left off. So you can leave that particular space, whatever we define, then only you should sit on the next position. So that we are defining here. That is the reason here. But for this particular 9 button 9, this has no relation between the components. It is only dependent on the parent. So for the reason of this parent, so even if I moved that landscape to portrait, portrait to landscape, so this cannot change. Even if I open this in a 10-inch tab, so 7-inch tab, 8-inch tab, whatever you can open, this position can be fixed. So that is this one extra advantage here with this. Like whatever the we are giving with the component like parent relation, so that we will never change the positions. Right. I want a next button that to be sit exactly the bottom of the page. So for that, here I am taking that ID as a 10. So for this here now I'm giving here the so bottom align parent bottom. So align parent bottom true. So I have given as the align parent bottom true. See, defaultly it is seated on the left side of the tab. Like one more button I want to sit here exactly here. So in a bottom, center, in a horizontal. So for that here now, what I'll create here, I have created a button 11. So button 11. So I'm giving here the relation. So what is the relation? So first of all, I'll make that bottom true. So align parent bottom true. So that can be moved overlap with the 10. Then I can move central horizontal, central horizontal true. So now that is seated, right. Next to 12th button, I have taken 12th button. So this 12th button, now I want to arrange here. So now you tell the property, I'll add this property. This button, whatever the 12th button, that button I have to align here. So already we have the properties. Now you tell the property, I'll align that property here, there. Like I'll add property. Anyone?
Align parent end. The first line.
Okay.
True.
Parent end. Right. Align parent end. True. Done. Next. So that is now in a first row, it is went to right side. Right. Next, what line, which property I need to use?
It's parent bottom. True.
Exactly. So align parent bottom. Now it is seated exactly the center of the page. Right. Hope these properties are clear for everyone. Or you have any questions?
Yes, sir.
So Robin is clear. I think already. I think you know some basics, right, Robin? Sagarika, are you clear?
సాగర్కి అన్మ్యూట్ చేసి మాట్లాడు.
Okay. Okay. So
Sir, I have one more doubt.
yeah,
Like in if we'll go for a new project, by default it will show the constraint layout.
correct.
And here in the previous class and today's we are working on the relative. So I want to ask, like, in which type of conditions we have to find out the constraint and where we have to find out the relative, that which one we have to use, how we will find out this one.
So normally, based on the UI, we will decide. So like in a
Okay.
class layout is like you have to add multiple conditions. So there, whenever it will come to the different resolutions, so it is not working properly. That is constraint layout. That's the reason even this is released in a 2 years back. But in our case, in our views, none of the project in a real time, I not used that constraint layout till.
Okay.
Mostly we are using the relative, linear, sometimes stable. So majorly depends on these three layouts only. Majority of the cases we are designing our user interfaces.
Okay.
So that why I'll show you after 3-4 sessions. We will add some of the like buttons or something on constraint layout. Then we will see why I'm not preferring that layout. There you will understand clearly.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now for this particular relative layout related, I want to give one task. Okay, so take this linear layout. So I want this design. So I want this design. Only this buttons. Forget about everything. Only from MC to equal. So only these buttons I want using relative layout. So that you will understand what is happening with the relative layout.
Okay, sir.
Right. So one more thing, what I'm suggesting here is initially while you are writing the property, don't copy paste. At least initial 1 week, 10 days, don't copy and paste the XML files. So once you are typing, you will get to know how you will use this XML. Because here, I'll show one more example here. Let us see, I want to use something property. Like I typed here B. So in my case, the below has came the first. Like I'll type G, gravity has came first. I typed P, padding has came first. So whenever you type same letters in your laptop, it should not be the same. Why? Because the intelligence of this Android Studio, whatever your last use, so those properties will come on the top. Like for the last, in this design, we used below of parent and bottom like this. So whenever I type related that letter, those properties will come on the top, not other properties. So that's the reason. Don't compare like someone, like why I'm telling them, some students will compare like when relative layout is open, whatever while they will do step by step, like while watching video they will do. Like I typed B, so I selected the first property. So don't search for first property like bottom. Bottom maybe in your place, maybe it is in a third position, fifth position, ninth position. But your ultimate goal has to select the bottom, not a zero index, first index, second index, not like that. Wherever it is the property that you can select, and that way you can practice. So here there is a drag and drop option also available, but I don't want to teach now the drag and drop option. The drag and drop option I'll show you after 4 or 5 sessions, because by that time you will get a scope related to this. Then I'll tell you about that property.
Okay,
right?
sir.
So for the today, I don't want to go next layout. So you can practice the relative layout using this, using web layout, you can design this. So in the next session, we will concentrate on a linear layout.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So
Okay, sir.
when I'll upload these projects in a drive, I'll share you that link in a WhatsApp group. So from there, you can access this code as well.
Sure, sir.
Okay. Right.
Okay.